major and not making it work. We've never truly seen experience very like this one. When they reported it was really thrilling, and it looked cool and remarkable. You the player, or a feline, exploring around a kind of tragic cyberpunk robot future. It appears to be a recipe for progress. Right, well, this is truly a very straightforward and short experience, one that left me feeling a smidgen, yet I actually believe it merits encountering a genuine decent wizardry to this one. You understand what I say, that provided that you're into this sort of thing, this sort of game that I'll portray in this video may not be guaranteed to impact the world or anything, yet it very well may be the yet a few of us need it. Currently it's accessible on PC through Steam and on P4, and I've been playing a survey duplicate on P5. And to make sure you realize this recording is sans spoiler, there are 2 primary regions, and the subsequent one I'm not exactly going to show much, since it merits encountering on the off chance that you play it now. Story-wise and arrangement, the start, truly you play as this lost feline, who gets isolated from their little pack of feline companions, and ends up in this peculiar and secretive cutting-edge underground city, absent any genuine residing individuals. Like there's something afoul with the city, yet on the splendid side, it is possessed by cordial cool robots. Realize from the get-go you get together with just enough cordial robot drone that home into your little coat that you have, and that robot helps you interface and associate with the world. Currently it's 3-pointed. Truly is basically similar to a genuinely direct investigation puzzle tackling experience with an intermittent change up in the activity and ongoing interaction components. Now you investigate openish city conditions, searching for signs and explicit little parts of start confounds, yet you're a feline, so there's something else to it besides that your feline can walk, run, hop at setting delicate focuses, very great levels, truly get stuff with its mouth, scratch at stuff, and even yowl on order like there's truly a whimper button. It's cool, like yowls will frequently perk up NPCs or stand out, and in some cases as a feline you simply should be irritating and push stuff over with your paw or break something to achieve your objectives. And the game does a truly great job at the entire thing, you know, from the appeal and charming scenes of it, and the capacity to do specific feline thing as definitely, yet where it truly sparkles is the point at which it causes you to feel like a little deft animal in a lot bigger world. The town regions and the conditions aren't typically essentially gigantic, yet the way the game purposes the camera to underscore size is extraordinary. Like while you're strolling road level, most of the camera's more centered around what is above, you know, like a little feline on the ground looking into. You're presumably so used to seeing bars over like an entryway, or bars over, realize that you expect you can't stroll through it until you understand. I'll stand by, definitely you're a feline. You don't for even a moment need to just barely get through. You can walk directly through under walls, and all the time the camera will contract down and follow you as your little feline just barely gets through specific spots, and the camera truly possibly frees up when you get as high as possible. You know, the verticality and unpredictability of a portion of the areas is super enjoyable to have your feline sensibly vivified. I could add like breeze up and hop up to a high edge, and you move gradually up an emergency exit up to the roofs. That is where it's the best time sorting out some way to get around. It's extremely basic, however, remember, like assuming you're fundamentally clicking a button, yet it's actually fulfilling on the grounds that the feline move quickly, makes commotions, and by and large it's only amusing to exist from its point of view or delay. I don't have the foggiest idea about the actual climate, are all around very much planned and many-sided to truly warrant looking around wherever. Like regardless of whether there's not a lot of stuff to gather in one region, you're gathering sure things for robot. And all through the game, you're gathering little memory beef for your robot companion. Not much yet, regardless of whether you investigate stowed away corner and come up void. Basically, you're jumped up someplace with a feline and pushed over certain jugs, and it was entertaining. Some of the time, effortlessness is great. I mean it when I say this game is straightforward, like this isn't Strange 3, or like Stupendous Robbery Auto, yet with a feline. It's more similar to Inside or Limbo, yet somewhat more open, like those kinds of involvement games. I likewise completed it in 4.5 hours. That was with me requiring some investment and truly investigating everywhere and not generally running through each area. Currently realize it's anything but that's what of the maximum game, so the cost mirrors, yet everybody feels somewhat contrastingly about cost each hour interactivity. Like man, I know certain individuals that need to burn through $8 and play a game for 4 o'clock. So high's a decent and a terrible to its lengths. From one viewpoint, it's skillfully glue like each second in the game feels reviving and realized. Nothing goes downhill or tired, nothing goes downhill or tired. Nothing gets dull, nothing truly feels to reuse to specialist or a particular capacity or something to that effect is acquainted with utilize well for one scene. and afterward it's dropped for the following thing in the game. Keeping things in every case pretty new, you realize I was never exhausted. I was dependably in another area, or chasing after another thing, or utilizing my robot in an alternate extraordinary way, or tackling an alternate riddle. There's truly not much of rehash stuff. And it's magnificent. The game's experience streams so well. It accomplished for me now, sadly, after completing the game for myself, and left me feeling a tad of a long or anything, yet it seemed like it finished a piece unexpectedly, or finished similarly, as it was getting great. You realize I wish it just had another demonstration in the center to sort of foster the story somewhat more, so it would have handled the piece better for me. The game raises fascinating discussions about mankind and life, regardless of being about robots. It and this world is totally captivating. I want to have been able to know a person a piece longer, or took in a smidgen more about the world, and perhaps a couple of more fun interactivity successions to cause it truly to feel like an ideal balanced excursion. It's like something was absent for me. Obviously, that is totally my closely held conviction. It may very well be me, and actually my one issue with the game. All things considered, it's basically all good. The group really does truly have some good times wizardry to it, like, regardless of whether the finish of this excursion wasn't exactly ideal, the remainder of it was loaded up with appeal and great energies. I previously worked about the felines out of countries and the plan of the urban communities, yet the craftsmanship behind the whole game truly is something different. The robots that exist in this world are marvelous and marginally cartoony. The manner in which their faces out of me, the sounds they make, their remarkable dress styles, the way they all appear to be unique. Every last bit of it is so cool. Seeing his underground urban areas with neon, with Subtlety's retail facades and rear entryways, it simply makes you need to look at each inch and gradually stroll around, and seeing a portion of the hazier is creepy or deserted regions makes for preferred a lonelier and creepier game at specific focuses than you could expect. This is all because of you, like I said, extraordinary craftsmanship, configuration, screwing with great designs. Outwardly the game was perfect for me, despite the fact that I was playing on PC. Presently reports for the PC variant so far are a piece blended, so for that watch out for certain specialists, and perhaps sit tight for a fix. But with it looking great and running great, the what tops off an already good thing is actually the music sound plan. The music hits perfectly. You understand what covers one or two classifications, yet with a pleasant science fiction sound, and with some great environmental, seemed like the sound of the felines' paws on a tin rooftop. It's something extraordinary to play with earphones. It's a relaxed game, like directly up. There aren't exactly any difficult spots, there's a couple of ways you can in fact bomb. You can, in the event that you're great, presumably got past the game, just game over, and on more than one occasion I ain't in spirits. It's all the more a safeguard experience. You realize, hang out, switch the lights out, get drenched in this world, light a flame, participate in a few different things. I don't have the foggiest idea about anything that you like to do to loosen up. It's simply a question of whether you like felines and unclear stories and a more limited experience. I was truly into this, and I in all actuality do suggest looking at it, considering it's not excessively costly, or then again, on the off chance that you can gain admittance to it's accessible on a portion of those new PlayStation. In addition to tiers, you can look at it of their pretty okay speculation. I surmise, so for that, I vote yes. Yet that is a proceeding you get. You know how this goes. At this point, give me a few advantages and disadvantages and some private belief, and afterward I need to hear yours. Down in the remarks, let me in on your opinion on Straight Told Me your opinion on felines. Overall, I love them, yet I have zero faith in them. We should discuss anything with this game down in the remarks, and obviously to catch up with me straightforwardly, make certain to look at my other YouTube station, youtube.com Rune channel work. I go somewhat more top to bottom on certain games, yet